Asikhulume podcast. Eish. Thursday, because it's Friday. Yeah, angathi ngiyahlephi. Angathi ngiyahlephi. No, I mean, not for real, like, normally I pay my pay for us, but in pay, oh, I pay the board. I mean, I'm not working, so that's the reason. But I will pay, so to me, it's something else.
Yeah, then even better than that, we have this conversation because
Yeah,
maybe it might shed a bit of lighting into how we can change that situation.
yeah, no, we need to change that situation if we're together. Yeah,
No,
if
no.
even if you know, no, like ubambisana is really important, guys. Asibambisana kakhulu thina like guys. How are you, by the way?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, to people that they don't know you, who are you?
So, guys, I've been on this platform before. I don't know if you've watched my previous episode, but everybody who knows me, I am known as Casio Black on the streets.
Yes.
But otherwise, my family and friends know me as Sandie. I stay here at Nyamazani. I'm a makeup artist and entrepreneur, and hopefully a little bit more in the future. Who knows?
Yeah. Are you good?
I am doing better. Like it's ridiculously hot today.
Yeah.
Especially considering the fact that it's a very cold front.
Aish.
Yeah, no, today is just like the complete opposite. Like walking out of my house for 5 seconds was like a mission.
Aish, yeah, no, no. But not just complain about cool as human beings. I don't know why. We complain if it's hot, we complain. If it's cold, we complain. No, guys, no. We need to sometimes we need to chill down.
I tell people that it's very important to complain, guys.
Is it?
It's extremely important.
Yeah.
People that complain have standards, right? Although there's a difference, obviously, between a person who just complains and the person who complains and does something, or just complaining because I have the privilege to be able to complain. Because I mean, like, why would I not complain about everything? How would you not know if I'm not happy?
Yeah. But it's not for an ambulance, man. It's Casiso pumpkin.
That's what I'm saying. Complain, have a solution, find a way forward.
Yeah.
Of which why I was even saying, like, even more important, why we should have the conversation that we're going to have today.
Yes.
Because from the first thing that you said to now, it all leads to one thing.
Yeah, it is.
How you fix something, the information behind it.
That's true. Yesterday they invited me at K Radio FM and they like the topic that we're talking about. So they say now every Wednesday I need to be there. By the way, it's every day. So I don't have that time sometimes.
Well,
sometimes I like to be indoors. I like that.
Opportunity, like it doesn't make sense.
No, sometimes there are other things that they drain you indirectly. So
okay,
you get what I'm saying? Yes. So
is it like a financial thing? I don't want to get too much into it, but is it a financial thing maybe from your part that maybe you might not be getting paid or getting paid enough?
Where the in K Radio?
Yes.
No, it's just the marketing because I will also market my thing that I'm doing. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. So as now we're talking about
information.
Yeah, and she's a so I can't be working every day to go there. Yeah.
Well, because you can't walk, but like information again.
Yeah.
I'm going to use this word as if it's a filler word. Yeah. I'm going to continuously say information as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's something that I need to embed in a lot of people's minds. And going back to us complaining and all these other things, that's already complaining. That's why I'm like saying it's natural. But also, how do we now know that you have an issue if you don't complain?
So that's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand. So it's one of the things, and before you agree on something, you need to sit down first. Because you're so quick to agree to something, and talk to yourself. You understand? So now I need to sit down and talk to myself and see what yeah, understand? Yeah. Because you're putting to something better, you get what I'm saying? There's another lady called Nails by Z. Yeah, nails by Z, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just me. I'm saying there's a woman, it's a woman's month. So upis ngama nails. She's from here, AkA Nyamazane, Eligazi. But wendela kakhulu ubhizi edrobheni Bester Street lapha ngase Sasa yabo yeah number 33. So as they were interviewing that lady on the phone. I come with an idea while I was there. No, this is long and like every day, every month, maybe once a month, when I manicure. You understand? Because in Puff and Shine.
Yeah.
I mean, every episode that I'm doing,
advertise for it.
Yeah, you understand? She loved that idea.
But it's a fair trade.
Yes, it is.
It's a fair trade because I mean, a lot of brands, a lot of people, businesses included, need to start business trade.
Yes,
even if it's not a financial trade, but like some sort of a trade. Because if we are mutually benefiting from something, then it does make sense for us to trade.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
However, I have a different view on the whole K radio thing.
Okay.
Like my chat is, it doesn't have to be every day,
Oh, to me, no, I can't. And I thought of that. I can't do it every day.
It can't be every day unless you were much closer, Secondly, my chat is find a schedule that works for you instead of having to say no.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, I know on Mondays I don't really have much going on. Maybe I can do this slot versus this time. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, I myself have done so many things, and I'm talking about really, really big things in my career. Free. I've done them for free. Where I've had to sponsor from my transport to my accommodation to food. We're gonna go out, we're gonna go have dinner, whatever. I'm going to pay for all those things. Yes, they might be part of marketing, but then it comes at a very high cost for something that you are not particularly sure of which it will pay off in the near future. Because I feel like also something that might destroy us in terms of going forward is the fact that we are looking for fast results.
We are.
And that's not realistic if we're being honest, because Rome was not built in one day.
So we need to teach other people, like upcoming artists, content creators, about the thing you're talking about.
No, but like with all of that, there's nothing that you can do, guys, in life without resilience. Like, I don't want to start anyway and go to creating a whole masterclass here about about social media and how to market yourself and all these other things. It really just starts with you, even with the whole topic of information, it really just starts with you. Do you want the information? The tools at your disposal, are they there just because everyone is on TikTok, or are there reasons why you are on TikTok? Are there reasons why you're on Facebook? If there are, like for instance, my screen time on my phone says 12 hours, what on earth am I doing for 12 hours on my phone? If I haven't gained an ounce of information on that very particular day, what am I doing? What is the purpose of me being on my phone? Let's just be honest, because at the end of the day, I'm not saying all the opportunities are there. I'm not saying there's no scams, but I'm saying there's always an opportunity for someone to learn something that could enrich your life, TikTok is one of the biggest search engines
it is
in the world currently. And there's no restrictions of, let's say, maybe if we lived in a country where our internet is restricted, we can only specifically see certain things and the government hides things. No.
We see everything.
Then why don't we use it for the right things?
I think we're not in the same channel. Like, money is moving for the sake of doing. You understand? Because it's a misuser, even in social media.
But then that leads me to the point of, are we really desperate enough as people who we want to enrich our lives? And because, for instance, when I look at my TikTok, it could be my algorithm. But when I look at my TikTok, I see a lot of businesses. Hey, like genuinely, apart from the fact that people obviously are advertising, I'm just talking in general of, I see a lot of businesswomen, businessmen, people pushing product constantly. Maybe that's the algorithm that I've generated, and not constantly. Yes, I like skits. It's funny. Some of these funny things, like my voice sometimes I'm just like, whoa, it's fine. However, I'm just saying, chances are, if I'm scrolling, right, this is not even my industry, I'm a makeup artist. And I see a girl when that when that's someone and then she's talking, maybe she's just talking about how she started a business and everything.
Yeah.
That already is inspiring because now you're giving me this information about how you started your business, right?
Even some of them, they're lying. Some of them.
Yes, but my chat is I wasn't looking for that information.
Yeah.
I was scrolling through my TikTok and then I saw a young woman starting a business. And then say manje sengifundzile ukuthi oh lo khona lokuqala business yakhe mina ngihlulwa yini. That's the first thing I've learned.
Yeah.
Second thing is how she started a business. Third thing is how she's consistently marketing it.
Yeah, because consistent every time. Consistent. Yes, shy.
No,
yes,
but I don't think so. I feel like consistency where we deem it's important.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, let me make an example. I've had a lot of things that I've said, and I'm going to repeat some of the things that I've said. Also, that's how I remember conversations in my head, right? Okay. So you complain about not being able to go out there because of the situation. Finances sometimes might attribute towards the situation, right? And then now you're saying there's a situation of consistency. And then now there's an information situation also there. So my chat is, why don't we fill in the gap of the information that you need to be able to make the finances so that you are able to contribute yourself into this thing that might contribute vastly into this career that you're investing yourself in. That's a 3-program step.
On its own, I hear you. Yeah.
But the chat goes back to consistency, what we were saying about consistency now. Yeah. You said consistency. You're very consistent with your podcast.
Yeah.
You're very consistent with that.
Thanks. Yeah.
So your consistency, I include that. No, it's not a matter of an issue.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the reason you see even you on a reading on its own being passing. You understand? Because the opportunity, the way we school on those topics that you were dropping yesterday, you understand? And they say, no, let's do it like this. But I will be a guest. Yes, you understand? So that's the reason. It's if once a week is cool.
Let me tell you something.
I can try to be there.
Being a guest is perfect because you have the right amount of responsibility. You know, a lot of things that are said or done or taken out of context by your listeners are not your problem. You know, versus where you are the owner of the house. Same thing with me. I could come on here and say whatever.
You don't even give an F.
Because at the end of the day, it's on my platform.
It's not.
However, what is my platform is my digital footprint.
You know,
that's the only thing that is going to hold me back from being able to say things. But in general, I can say whatever and get away with it because I don't have to atone to anything that happens here. So you get in there, you bring the right information and maybe site lako, because to be quite honest, all I'm hearing when you're saying Bati, Nite, whatever, for me is like, oh, they feel like you're insightful. So because you are quite insightful, then I do want to pick on every other topic to get your gaze from it. Meaning that you are important to the conversation, you know? So apart from looking at it as also a trade, it also comes, for me, it's like, oh, they actually value what I say. Because like, for instance, in an example, why would you invite me onto your platform when you could invite any other person? It's maybe because you might value the information that I might come with.
That you have. I know you have a lot of information. And we said the other time we need to do it maybe once a week, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know what happened between...
Well, that's going to be very impossible.
No. Maybe once a month or 2 times a month, something like that. We once talk about it. And I don't know what went wrong because you're a busy person yourself.
I try. I have to be busy because I'm not going to eat my problems. And unlike a lot of other people, I'm not going to sit here and glorify Linhlupeko.
You can't.
It's not my thing. Like, I can say, oh my God, ew. Oh my God, ew. That's so disgusting. Ew. That is so disgusting because you've already spoken from your mouth to God's ears in Linhlupeko. That is so disgusting. That is the worst mentality a person could ever have.
But it's happening every day, every now and then.
So, it's not happening to you. We just need to get off like our bads and just stop this whole, okay, an example. Okule, ekagini, need disadvantages, underprivileged, whatever the word term that you decide to pick. your parents could not do that much.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right?
Yes.
Then your parents are able to at least take you to a location, fine, you know, or phones, so that you have that education, because you're now not walking a distance like 10 kilometers to get to your school.
Yeah.
Your school is literally just down the road.
Yeah.
Those are already the privileges that you have.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's information that is there throughout your whole life. What you choose to do with the information is what's important. At the end of the day, your parents have trialed and errored with you. You can now, at this age, still come back and say, oh, Marekaya, oh, my mother, oh, if they did better. No.
Yeah, that's true.
So how long is everyone around you going to carry the responsibility and the burden of your decisions? Because, I mean, once you're above your teens, you're a fully pledged adult.
Yeah.
So you consent to certain things. That's why I'm like, you are consistent with what feels right with you, what you want to do.
Yeah,
but what about the things that really matter? Because let me tell you something, saving matters, but it's not fun. It's not easy. Starting a business is not fun. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I get a lot of people always be like, oh no, there's no jobs. There's work. Good name 7 days more. It's just come here and doctors gangs and 7 days store. Okay.
Yeah, it's pride sometimes. Empty pride, by the way.
Yeah, maybe those are the things that we need to now start breaking down.
Yes.
Versus yini lengekho yemsebenzi. Because le msebenzi yona njoba ingekho, it means the space is siningi kakhulu ukuthi magepha angavaleka.
I think our government play a huge role of we can provide something for you, like the monthly salaries that
I've never gotten it, and I've been unemployed for the last 5 years.
The SASSA thing.
I've never.
That's why I think at 370.
I have never.
For real.
For real. I have never gotten a single cent from the government.
Oh no, shout out to you.
You know, like when I'm not saying I'm privileged.
No, I'm not saying you're also privileged.
However, I'm also saying I'm not one of the lucky and unlucky people to have received anything from the government.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's because I don't carry myself with the mentality of people must be giving me things.
Yeah, kind of.
Because yes, it's great the fact that our system is able to do those things for us. But can we be honest? An adult man of your age, ungakhona phila nga 370.
Yeah, there are people, they are doing that. You heard would say there are some boys, if I'm not mistaken, they open a what do you call this thing? That's not a baker about 370.
But then they saved.
Yeah, they've saved.
They have a plan.
They had a vision.
They executed it.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah, it is great. Yeah,
I mean, we need to commend people like that. You don't have a lot of resources, but you, with the information,
they let you have it, you use it. Yeah.
And the information that you have, of which, like I'm saying, because I think it's very important that we start talking about such conversations and encouraging people, the youth, and everyone around us to use technology for the right reasons.
I think we misuse them. They say misuse.
Exactly. Like,
I misuse.
I'm so surprised that people haven't integrated AI into their lives.
Me either. I know nothing about AI. Just now you just show me an app. Now, like, you understand? That's the reason I know when now, I would gain something I know very well. You understand what's the 2-minute chat, I know you're something.
I genuinely feel like maybe, guys, we need to start having conversations even with our AI apps. For instance, it's a good and a bad thing, that my AI knows a lot about me, but it also helps me in certain spheres and spaces. And
okay, to a person like me, what's an AI?
So AI is, I forgot the correct term. It's artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Right? So it's like, I don't want to say an iPhone because what I say, I get a lot of hate. But okay, so it's basically like, you know how iPhones have Siri, right?
Okay.
Yes, it could be a voice that can make life easier. It could be like a virtual assistant for your phone.
Okay.
But it also packs a lot of information, you know,
Okay.
because I can ask Siri anything and Siri will be able to answer me. However, now AI is a better version because it can actually do things for us. For instance, I don't know how to do ECV, right? Things that back in the day people used to have to go and pay for and things like that. You speak to your AI, and then if there's information, or you've got whatever information, you literally upload it into the app. Okay. You tell the app, ngifuna ECV yemsebenzi lo so. Ngifuna ungendele ibe so. Ngaleyo ndlela usibona bathi khona uyi-understanda kangcono. Now amaphepha lawa ahambisana nayo, and then you're done. It will generate everything for you.
But aren't you thinking laziness and job opportunities is creating more job opportunities?
Whose job? Because the laziness is lazy. I'm not trying to say people are lazy.
No, but technology, but technology on its own, I think ibulala amathuba emsebenzi. And lamanye, not all of them.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
That is coming from a place of fear.
Yeah, kind of.
And that already has told me so much about why you don't know anything about AI, because you are resisting. So the issue starts with resisting, you know. But resistance comes from a place of fear, of which I understand. So I can give you credit on that. You know, because let's be honest, technology has made our lives so much easier. You know.
Okay. But yabona ukuthi umsebenzi ukhona lo hambile wala.
No, mara nangabe ukuthi mina umuntu lofuna ukuthi ngifuna umuntu ozoklina la endlini anginamsebenzi ukuthi uyawasha.
No, I'm just giving an example. Iletha lamanye amathuba emsebenzi but imosha amathuba emsebenzi lamaningi.
But it also makes our lives much easier. Because for certain things that we are still not willing to do, there's someone else who might still be willing to do it with better tools to do it. Because like I'm saying, an example in your washing machine, I expect that is, I'm not saying it's inhumane, but it's really ridiculous. So ngiyakhomba mshini sebenza so uyaphosa while you're cleaning, you're doing everything, nayiphuma uyaneka as per usual. Also, I'm saving you time.
But you save me time, but imali seyehla.
No,
imali yehla because you bought that machine with 7,000 bucks. I'm making an example. That woman, she was getting paid maybe 4 point something per month.
Maybe ngiyomcabango lekufuna kulungiswe.
So umcabango usenenjani sesi abe neveni yakhe usayithe machine every time.
Ngiyomcabango yokuthi wena nangabe ukuthi umuntu uyakusebenzela kwakho sosulo yakhipha kudla umnikede. That's where it needs to start. Because that's basically the same thing. I'm not going to allow you to use my washing machine because I'm paying you.
No, I'm not saying you're not getting paid, you're not paying that person, but so we reduce the salary le bigger taller. There are some people that they does like that. Even at Obala gonna go say, I'm providing you food, saying you have food. There are people that they does that. That's why I say,
maybe that's where the whole topic of Ubuntu also comes in.
Yes.
That very uncomfortable conversation, because you know all these conversations are quite unfortunate, but they're interlinked, right?
They are, yeah.
So now you're going to say to a person, for instance, I just want to say something like, I've heard a lot of people saying South Africans are lazy because of a myriad of reasons, right?
Yeah, what do you say about that one? Is it true or what?
I don't believe they are lazy. Okay, I don't believe entirely everyone is lazy, but there is a bit of laziness.
Yeah.
It is indoctrinated in us to a certain degree.
Okay.
Because of privileges that they are not free. Government grants are not free.
Yeah.
Everyday taxpayers are paying for them. Let's start there. Education in South Africa is not free. Taxpayers are paying for it. The hospitals, healthcare is not free.
Yeah.
People are paying for it every single day.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately, it's a very small number of people in this current moment, because there's a very huge number of people that are unemployed, right?
Yeah.
Information is something that we need to now start exercising, giving out.
Yeah.
Because in that way, we are able to counter the fact that people are saying we are lazy. It's because we don't have the information. We do have the privilege, however, of being lazy in this country because of what the country has been providing in terms of what taxpayers have been doing. You know?
Yeah.
Because personally, I can't live with 370. I can barely get to the corner.
370 is for like my data for a week.
Yeah, not
to your
even
iPhone.
Like I said, I get hate when I talk about iPhone.
Okay, so
no, like you don't tell you about that. Like what? At least 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's about 3 weeks at least. Like find something, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
But like my charge is like, as a person, if you want to live a quality lifestyle, there's certain things that you can do. For instance, things that are out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, that's true.
For instance,
true.
oh yeah, before I get into that, I'm going to. I was talking about the whole Ubuntu thing.
Yeah.
So there was a time when we were able to find jobs in restaurants and places like that when we were young growing up. And it was a huge flex to have a job every week. A huge flex. I remember when I was in high school, like it was like all the coolest kids had jobs, you know, all the coolest kids, like it didn't matter if you worked at Mag and Bean. If it was not 70 Mag and Bean, it was like the holy grail. It's like, oh my god, it's 70 Mag and Bean. And yes, it was fun to A, be independent, B, make your own money, and now feel like a working class citizen because now you're contributing something to the economy, blah blah blah. But it also taught you a lot of life skills and things, right?
Yeah.
Up until a lot of labor laws started coming in. Same thing with like nannies and helpers in the home.
Yeah.
People used to not get paid well up until a lot of labor laws came in for a lot of equality in terms of a minimum wage situation that was supposed to be there. Which was very important because now it meant that our ordinary South Africans, all these people, these jobs that carried us and made us who we are today, it meant now they were worth a little bit more, you know, because now it's so unlawful.
That's true.
And that's when we went from there on to, oh wait, we can hire foreign help because they won't ask for too much.
But then, what do you call this thing? Labor thing, what do you call it?
Yeah, labor can't.
But what do you call, man? The money was not every month by deductor.
They can't because the thing is, if now I'm the employer, I'm now not paying that. Apart from aiding and abetting, I'm not paying for those taxes. So because I'm not paying for those taxes, now it hurts the economy of the country because I've decided now to cut costs and find someone cheaper who I'm still going to modernize slavery through. Because what do I mean if you are going to say to me minimum wage is 4,000 rand and I'm like, oh, you're not worth 4,000 rand, let me go find someone else who work for far less, and then washing machine. So now the problem is with you. You are also contributing a very big part in this whole situation. So maybe
yeah, that's true. Hey, Marabundu City, man. Say like, no, we don't have that thing.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's not the fact that we're not sharing the information. It's not the fact that in general.
Yeah, see.
We need to have a reset where people now still need to realize what's important, you know, in terms of how we treat people, how we can go forward.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, oh my god, you utoganya. Because for instance, in an example, and I'm like, I'm not going to support him because what mentality is that?
It is happening, and whether we are
and those are the reasons why we can't do anything because what's our way now that's why I'm like, we have been indoctrinated into laziness by the system that also we have created. Because if me nginale ukuthi angifuni ukusupporta wena or sinale or wena unale mentality ukuthi bani baze bakusupport le story nabazivala lamanje angeke uzozivula.
But before kuba nawo lamanje we were running black businesses.
We were
black tuck shops.
We were, but then better systems started coming into place, and then a lot of us started understanding that we deserve better without having to put in the work.
I think sometimes we so lazy to create a thing and to push it so hard ourselves. We want to be depending to the government. That's our problem. That's our problem.
And we can't, because the thing is, the government can't solve every single problem.
I can't.
You know?
No, it's solve it, make it worse every day.
And I'm not taking away from the fact that we're saying the government plays a very big part in all these things.
Yeah.
But we can't blame them for every single thing.
No, we won't.
We are also contributing a very big part in a lot of things. Like I'm saying, for instance, right now the country is called on to illegal immigrants to leave the country, right? Yeah. You know this person is living under your roof, you are keeping them there. And then now should people come to you and be like, yeah, you are aiding and abetting an illegal alien. When you are not going to be like, yeah, the government, you're going to blame everyone but yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? And even apart from just that topic alone, which is a very sensitive topic, just any other situation that we can talk about, if you don't create a situation or a way out of it, you're always going to be finding someone else who's going to be to blame for it.
Why, Valigan?
Because it's human nature. We don't want to be responsible.
Yeah.
You don't want to own up to the things that you're creating. Yeah, what did you contribute towards?
Yeah, that's the problem. And there's another thing, a topic about this thing. If someone asked me that question to any podcast interview, me as a guest, I think if when ubile wena ushayela ikhumbi and ulayisha abantwana, so nyana makuvula tikolo emkhathini kwenyanga unasibhadala njani? Nendo lesikhulumela nayo ubuntu. Esikoleni you're not asking them those questions.
Yes.
But because it's me, it's a black business, you ask me that question. But esikoleni you never ask that question. Because esikoleni awukhulumi the owner of the school. Ufake accounting awufake half, ufake full. So because it's me every day, you see me every day when I'm picking your kids every day, you ask me that question. Why, guys?
Was a conversation had pre-had?
Actually, the conversation is very like it was a passing conversation.
No, I'm saying, for instance, yes, we are part of the conversation now, right?
Yes.
My question is, prior to you expecting me to pay you in those filler months, was this conversation had?
No, I think I
So I think it's very important going into information. For instance, with all my businesses, everything that I run, I have a disclaimer, right? Because I have been in multiple industries for so many years, I understand that there's so many like loopholes to things.
A lot.
And as people, we are opportunists.
Yeah, we are.
We are. It's a human thing.
Yeah, we are. No, we are.
But sometimes it is justified. Because if I come to you and you are offering specific services, there needs to be a rule and guideline system that is set in place.
Okay.
If it is not, then it is just a verbal agreement. And that verbal agreement needs to happen with both of us, not just you in your head.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So if we are now going into a system where you can have contracts, you know, also maybe that's like, I keep on saying information. Guys, we need to start having somewhat of a contract, something that is like binding when you are offering services. It does not matter how small or big the business is. There needs to be a trail of something in life. That's how we can fight anything in life.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only way you can fight. So for instance, I'm the driver, you're the parent. I have this business. And sometimes I go to a staff Sam. I get the contract. Which is okay, this is how much money you'll be paying per month. And these are the dates of which I'm expecting a payment. These are my banking details. And then so it's okay. Otherwise they'll be penalized. And that way your business still gets to grow because you're making extra money. You know? by the guidelines that you have enforced. Njengakukhona lapha esikolweni ecreche umntwana kungamshiya up until a certain time bayakubhadalisa abahlanyi. So ukuthi wena uthwala abantwana owendani, maybe you need to start treating your business like a business.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think we're doing for the sake of doing. That's our problem.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
When the salanka.
So
everything.
You know, like this other thing, we would see a parent magangena lapha umntwana wethu umthatha la umletha la from point A to point B.
Yes.
Awulengena so uyakufona out of the blue. So kuna mix to another different routine.
Then they need to know ukuthi kuleyo contract leyo so I breach or there's something that they need to be compensating. Ungabi into yokuthi malume must understand.
It's like a favor.
There's no favors in business, babes. There's no favors in business.
Yeah, there's favors.
Because at the end of the day, siqale kuba naleyo acquaintanceship, because I won't say we're friends.
Yeah.
Because you're now asking, you're taking advantage of this thing. So we can't be friends with people who are taking advantage of me.
Yeah.
So for you now to build an acquaintanceship, we started somewhere of a business. You came to me for my services, and I was offering my services.
Yeah.
And for a person who's caring for my child on the road, I would reward you handsomely if I had to.
Yeah, you need
because
to.
you are taking care of my child. And
those
especially
hours, like I'm quite the busy road it is.
You know, and especially if imoto yakhe ihambisana nemigwaco natinto lekufunekile letona wathi asibona umntwana umhlanze nebantu abayi-50. You deserve that money. You know, and nangilokukhipha endleleni yakho ngithi buyakazi bani I must compensate you.
Yeah.
That's why we now need to start having things in writing, because also once you have a business that has no trail, it's difficult for you to be able to pick up your finances. And I'm not here for financial literacy, but it's just...
I know, it's just passing.
Yes,
it's just passing.
But it should be like a very easy thought in a human's head. Ukuthi kufuneka ibe ne-paper trail, ukuthi ngizokhona ukubona ama-finances ami ukuthi ahamba njani.
Yeah, that's true.
If ngine-business, if I'm falling at a loss, kufuneka ngathi ukuthi le mali ngiyendani lengaka ukuthi so ingaqhubekeli, kusasa nginemali yesitoko, kusasa nginamali yesitoko.
What's happening? Yeah, no, that's true. No, yeah, I understand. That's the reason ngivulele this business yami le sneaker washer. Ngiwasha futhi nema-carpet. And like mama basically cabana about why so cheap? Like you're charging 20 rand a pair of sneaker. No, ninkinga.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting at home, not doing anything. If you end my podcast, I can't even offer a cool drink at 10 rand. You understand? So this thing, if you come with the idea, akusimadima kwasha sneaker ngaleyo ndlela. You understand? It's so easy. You understand? So ngathi no, let me do this thing. In order ukuthi mangine guest thizeni ngizame ukuthi leyo 20 rand ngithenge leyo cold drink bunanathe. You understand? Lobo bundu lobo lesikhulumela ngabona. So ngiboosta le business le podcast ngale business le sneaker watch.
Okay, obviously you can see I'm going to oppose. I'm sure at this point you can already tell if I'm going to oppose you or not.
Yeah.
But my chat is your mom is right.
Yeah, she is right.
Because at the end of the day, you might be doing it for a good cause, but to your own detriment, then it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
because it's still not going back into the right place where it's supposed to be going. It's now going into a featured place that is currently not making you that money.
Yeah, no, again, that's true. I understand. But then we say, "Ufige ngakoffer lutho." And my man, if you're starting a business, you can't start a business. Njengomuntu lo so ayirana leyo business yemasneaker lo charge 100 rand per sneaker ngiyabekisa. You understand? Tsala lapha ku industry leyo yena uyaya kusuyenda kanjani and sonema customer loyal customers. So when you need to when njani we start from scratch.
How long have you been doing it?
I think I'm running for 2 years. But being as consistent. Being busy ngetinto ngesikhathi esiwane and njengo leto tinto leto bekungangenti lutho. So bekufuna mina ngihlale phansi nami. Ngibuke i-problem yami. If ngabe bengiconsistency njenganyaka, I think ngabe mhlambe sengikhuphule i-price. You understand? But namhla bangifonela bathi sifuna kuletha ama-sneak ngithi angikho.
Okay, so I love the topic that you walked into.
Yeah.
Because it's a topic that has greatly affected me in one of the spaces that I exist in.
Okay.
which is makeup artistry, right?
Okay.
I feel like it's a very important conversation to have. First of all, it's just like demarketing and devaluing your brand. You're taking 20 rand to what detriment? You know, you are looking at it as in you are making that money quickly, but you are now forgetting the fact that in Sipo, wash around my sneakers is going to cost you money. There's water that comes into that. There's so many other things apart from just your labor on its own, because your time should be paid for.
Yeah.
But before we get into all those places and spaces, I want us to start with, why do we deem ourselves invaluable so much that we are willing to take scraps from people at the basis of surviving? Because that's when you do things and they are not fruitful, and then you decide to give up because it's not doing what it needs to be doing. And you cannot be doing something for 2 years and still not deem yourself a professional at doing it.
I can't say 2 years per se, because that's the reason.
Regardless,
because
in or out,
yeah.
Even if it's a year, you can't be doing something for a whole entire year and not deem yourself a professional at doing it. Maybe that's the problem, that you haven't decided that you are worth that money.
Yeah, kind of.
Because I feel like a lot of people do that. You know, sometimes you would say, I mean, I'm happy with the mentality of saying, I am not yet a professional, therefore I'm not going to overly charge for something that I don't feel as if I have worked towards. That is a great mentality, because it keeps you grounded and at least you can find a way forward. However, I'm against I have been working in this platform for such a long time that I myself cannot even see my value. That is my problem, because how are you now? You're never going to consistently run anything. You're never going to be anywhere that deserves anything, because you are not, you don't believe you deserve it. And that's where it starts. For instance, there's no business that I'm going to venture into ever in my life where I'll be saying, oh, I'm going to charge at 200. Never.
No, the business are not the same. No, the business are not the same.
It doesn't matter. The thing is, you are saying it's not the same. Every business is exactly the same. Every business is about also the person that is behind it, regardless of just the business on its own. We need to learn to stop pricing just because we are trying to survive. We need to consider all these things that go into creating a business. A business is not just the 20 rand that needs to come out that will do something lencane. It's the amount of money, 100 rand, so that I am able to A, do lendo, B, put back into this business, C, pay myself. Because why am I not paying myself in a business that is consistent? And obviously ngeke khona uthola wonke lo mthwalo, wonke lo mholo ngiyibhadale wona. Mara kufuneke nami ngihole. That's what I'm saying. So once a business does not pay me or does not go back into my, for instance, an example, I'm a makeup artist, right? Apart from whether if I had to buy cheap product or I'm using expensive product, it needs to be replenished. Angeke thina seyiphela sekufuneka yalo ngiqale ukuthi sekufuneka into enjani. Funeke nabangibida ngihlale ngiready tinotami kufuneka ihlale ikhona. Therefore, if you're going to come and negotiate every single price, I can't go into the shop and negotiate prices with them. When a little people washa ngayo ufike so negotiate ngayo. Because yes, it's supposed to kufuneka ubale ukuthi okay insipho lengaka kufuneka ilaste mawashi izilanga ke 1 2 3 1 2 3, but you are supposed to be making a lot of money out of that.
I know that.
And that it starts with the platforms less war, because at the end of the day, we need to stop devaluing the things that we are doing. If it's worth doing, even if you're spending 5 seconds of your time, it's worth doing. Don't devalue it. Don't say to people, I am worth 20 rand, because once you say to me, if price I'm 20 rand, my sense is, oh, you are worth 20 rand. That's all I'm hearing. I will never hear another word. You are satisfied.
And it's one of the things they would see those people that would see Abraham.
Thank you.
Because they are there. But it's no competition. Yeah, South Africa, let's create a
because nigga too. You are the ones that devalue yourself and say I don't deserve, and then I do deserve.
But now i-government yethu ilethe ama-options ukuthi you get options. If when you see, okay, when you do work that thing, but you have someone who can do that thing like you with a smaller amount. So that's the problem. This shy out.
Mina ngifuna ukugena. Yabo, my experiences are with generally with people.
Yeah.
I support people. I don't support brands.
Okay.
And that's something that I had to learn at the beginning of my in the inception of my business.
Okay.
Right. That people were not supporting my business. They were supporting me. That is a very important and vital part of having a business. Understanding that the brand that you are building, the brand that you are portraying, is very important in how you handle it. So you need to understand everything.
Yeah.
I need to go because I can't afford someone long, but I understand.
Yeah.
It's the relationship that we built.
Yeah, that's true.
That I'm fostering. So we need to now start understanding. I will see at a cheaper price or anything like that. We can explain these things. You know what the Americans are doing, and I love this. You know, they've said to the Asian community. I'm not saying I love the fact that that's happening to the Asian community. But I'm saying that as Black people, they have come together and said, listen, the Asian community is providing certain services, and these services are quite affordable from their end. And for a Black person to be able to outsource all these things, from the product to having wholesalers that could sell products and all these other things, to outsource it might cost a little bit more. But you know what? Let's support Black-owned businesses, and let's make it well known that it will be a little bit pricier, which makes sense, because at the end of the day, like I said, going back to Ubuntu and all these other things, billionaire. It will never happen. You know what I mean? And that's why we won't be able to support our own businesses, because naleyo mentality leyo. Ngoba wena usaba ukuthi na usupport umuntu esitolo utoba nemali, mara lo muntu wangaphandle unankinga ukumsupport. And guess what? They are feeding you poison. I'd rather pay extra for convenience and something that makes sense.
But there are a few people that they have an mentality tonight.
Then batofa babulala Tanzania to cheap. Ngoba wathi le nto okutshela shem ungabitshela impilo ukuthi ufuna into okushipa, but into khona you will pay up until you die.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
because when your thing is our understanding, yes, it might be satisfying the immediate need. In this current moment. Mara naso ukesakudlula khona you won't be satisfied. Because in example, that Malawian lady who's a helper yakhe jewelry worth of $1 million. Because she was, yes, now with the whole thing in Durban, blah blah blah, Malawi, wara. She was like famous for being the person who stole from that lady, and people were applauding her because they were like, why did she not employ a South African person? And kid you not, even if that South African worked for 5 years, she was still not going to earn things worth $1 million.
Yeah, she won't.
Loyana, she now had a reason to steal because she was fleeing. She was like, oh, South Africa is unsafe. Wara. Ngaphuma ngihambe ngemali yawo bonke udobhaka abantu. Bokhokotabo. So ngokhatha ama-cost lokho kuzonitshela
cutting costs
ngifuna into amahala. You know, labantwana bami bothenga into ama-snacks lapha endiyeni, but they are poisoned because you are cutting costs. And it's whether you're not going to go and buy a packet of snacks for your child at home. So now they must take that R5 from Granny and go to the corner shop. And then they're going to buy those poisonous things. And now that store is not going to be closed because not even the people around you are going to boycott that person. And even if they do, and then you go and open your store, you are afraid because you have support. Now, mentality is support to buy so mhlawumbe kufanele sisenzele ubuntu bakhona.
No, spirit of ubuntu needs to come back.
Yes, maybe kona kufanele kube ngiyolo lokugaya amathambo ukuthi ngabuya bona lo buntu mhlawumbe into bangconyana.
Maybe.
But still nathi kufanele sithi ilungise ngoba ubuntu buthuke umuntu.
Very ubuntu buthuke umuntu, that's true.
You know, and apart from the fact that yes, there are things in life the government might not be helping us with specific things. Yes, but we also need to reach out and do things. You know, like I'm saying, the gaps are always there. The market is big enough for every single person. Like now, I've started again. I had a business where I sell like accessories and bags and things like that. And I was having a conversation with my friend. And then she was like, oh yeah, I've been thinking I want to start a business like that. And you know, instead of me catching feelings and be like, yeah, I was just like, girl, the pie is so big. The pieces are enough for all of us. I can even give you the supplier. Because you know one thing I don't have is her people.
Yeah, that's true.
If her mother's going to support her, her mother's going to support her. Her mother's already her customer. She would have never been my customer. So mina kusingi deprived from ukuthi ngikhona ukumnikeza isource akungithi umuntu. Ngoba at the end of the day nato bete tokhala mina says, oh my friend, I don't have any money. Then now I have to take out my money and give it to her. And then if she doesn't have a source of making that money back, then now it must be my burden. Ukuthi ngozana yanginikeza imali yami. But then I could have done something about it. And it wasn't going to hurt me. Because yes, it is very like yebo bantu bayahlangana and everything, but it doesn't mean only my customer can be doing.
Yeah, that's true. Even customer.
So we could literally be selling the same thing, song, and I could be making money from my own market, and that person could be making the same money from their own market that is designated for them. So kuba nemona ngento angeke kuze kuvuke kusithile.
Yeah, no, honestly matang the lemon. Yes,
yes, kakhulu.
We're so jealous to one another. I don't know why.
You know, and of which is it's unjust because why when nemona nemuntu ngento le wena ndonge kuzovuka
Yeah, that's true.
Like I'm saying, in all the businesses I'm not going to go wash people's shoes. Yeah, that's a good opportunity for me. I could see a lot of money coming into it. I mean, if it was mine, I would market the F out of it, you know? But that's my personality. I bring my personality to it. And I feel like everything is coded in you.
Yeah, that's true.
If you love something or you're doing something, coded in you. Because the people, like I said, will be supporting you as the brand, not just the business.
Yeah, it must be like that. Yeah, no, everything is... I wanna win. No, if you're a human being, that's the reason we say I'm pulling out for nothing. Because if you meet people, you need to come back with something, not by hands, but information, as you said. Why you always be on your phone for 12 hours, but you're not gaining anything? You understand? I mean, that's the reason most of the time, if I sleep. You understand? Then I'm no longer doing that. You understand? I'm no longer doing that at all. If you find me somewhere, it means I'm not staying with shy try. No, I'm such I'm no longer doing that. Even I was telling someone who say I'm no longer posting myself. Who say now I'm doing this. I mean, if you find me posting, what I'm doing is content, podcast. Sneaker wash, that's all. Who's meaning no, I'm not, because I'm going to find the pressure sometimes. It's in the find pressure as human beings sometimes. Because you bonus ban push the content you name 7 days now you are now.
And you don't have the resources.
You don't have the resources. How now it all.
But also, you know, the pressure, yes, is there, but like my chat is an example. You started a podcast here. Make you a podcast. Now I got a podcast here. He had that whole mixer thing. He had his MacBook. You don't. That didn't stop you from doing what you needed to do. You know. So maybe sometimes we need to stop looking at what other people are looking at and how they are looking at it.
That's our problem.
Versus having to push content.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of content creators will tell you we all started at the fringe. I think if you go authenticated. We all started at the very cringe spaces. You know.
That's true. Sorry about that.
And we all need to be okay with that.
Yeah, we need to start somewhere, by the way.
We need to be okay with the cringe moments. And if your love is for doing get readies with me or outfitter of the day, and you have 3 t-shirts, do it every single day with pride. Carry yourself with that pride. Because one thing I will tell you, the people that will follow you, they will not care about the fact that you are wearing 3 t-shirts.
I never noticed, you know that.
Because I'm sorry to talk about the date, but Moses.
Yeah.
He got really big. Do you think people cared so much about things that when a bonga kata, whatever the lufna we kata,
yeah, because
bonga kata, makeup, whatever they both lufna we got. Not everyone was looking at that. Some people was just looking at the fact that, oh my God, this person's very entertaining. And that's what this is the value that I'm getting out of this content.
Yeah.
So we need to start now looking inwards. We're so ashamed of yourself that you wouldn't put out such things of yourself. Secondly, detaching from social media and social activities, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I feel like there is a time in your life now to be quite honest, I started going out at like the age of 15. You know, I would go out and I had the freedom because my parents never had an issue with us going out. You know, it would be like, that's why they'd be like, hey, because I don't want you to wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know? And to a very high degree, I'm very thankful that my parents did that.
Yeah.
Not that every other parent can do that because Bandana are fine.
Yeah.
But for me, it taught me my responsibilities very easily. The things that were very arm's length for a lot of people were reachable for me. Okay. So in terms of even now, alcohol is something I can partake in, but it's not something that I can live for. Because I've had the options of having to do it from a time when I wasn't supposed to be doing it. And also, I can't be doing something for 10 years, 20 years, and still not get over it.
Yeah.
I can't be the social butterfly for the rest of my life.
You can't.
At some point, it's going to get old, you know? So there's going to be times when I'm like, okay, fine, I feel sociable, I want to go out. Then I'll have that person that I can go out with, and then maybe the situation might not be the same. Now it could be like a little bit of a grown-up situation. I just want to be sitting in a restaurant, you know, ordering my glass or bottle of Sauvignon Blanc, you know, just that, like that could be like going out for me, you know. Like literally on Friday, I had a client meeting and I got buzzed because I had 2 glasses of wine, but then I enjoyed that. I don't enjoy the whole kush like vibe. Before. No. Yeah. That could never be me. Like I'll go out once in a while, but not every single day.
No, gukula.
And it's important because at the end of the day, now gonna. Let's just be honest, y'all. Like Nina, what did something in business kitchen, but I make it's disgusting. Like find places where y'all people can just like live together. I don't even want to touch that topic because it makes me so upset. Like why? It stresses me out.
They have their own reasons. They have their own reason that we don't know.
I don't know. I just maybe they trauma.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they trauma.
And another thing, like about him. You see now what I'm doing now, ne? The things that I'm doing, maybe podcast whatsoever.
Yeah.
And there are many people maybe I was begging to interview, to be my guest or whatsoever. And whatsoever or whatsoever situation and now I become so big. So many now I'm saying return the favor. Like that's not in my I also mature sometimes. I don't know. Do you see that those things? Because like you don't know what to figure those viewers, those subscribers, because I got a lot of things that I already did, you understand? But something like out of the blue, boom, bah, you understand? It's one of the things that I was in every time I would say anything is possible, you understand? So how do I control the spotlight? Because there's a spotlight coming, you understand? And many of us, we can't control the spotlight. And go figure the spotlight in our days is so easy, but to maintain
it's really like the viral moment.
Yeah, it's really difficult. And it's one of the things
I think it also goes back into brand building and sustenance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So everyone is looking for a moment to go viral.
Yeah.
Instead of something that is concrete.
Yeah, that's true.
Secondly, you mentioned how Utoveluti boom, and then everyone is just I will Veluti boom.
You can't.
Because for instance, an example, you've been doing this podcast for a while, right?
Yeah.
So say for instance, person me, if I find a creator that I like and I'm like, oh, I like this person's content.
Yeah.
Possibilities, I'm going to go back into the memory bank and start looking at their older content. That is already a financial tracking that is already set for life.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about real life conversations that are affecting real life people in current times. So also, if I want to know what was happening in August of 2026, I can go back to this podcast and know exactly what was happening socially, economically, and all the other things. So you're also now creating a memory bank for you or any other person to be able to gain access to, right? Let's start there. Secondly, I don't think you should be worried about people that don't want to come onto your podcast and things like that, because they could have their reasons, unless like yourself, you know. But when it comes to the conversation of maturity, that is a very subjective conversation. Maturity doesn't mean I can't be petty. Let's start there. Let's start there. Because they are clapping for you guys. You know, why when it starts happening to me, I must like go into my shell. Why must I not celebrate myself the way you celebrated yourself when you were able to go into Gucci and post about it? Because now I finally have the opportunity to do something even less than you, and I can't even brag or gloat about it. It doesn't work that way. If I want to celebrate myself, regardless of how, even if it means every day I must open a bottle of champagne because in Kipi podcast, then so be it. I deserve the right to do that.
That's true.
Thirdly, even if you want to feel as if you're big in a small town, we'll work on you. Mara, not do it. Because why must you not do it? Why don't you deserve the ability to be able to flex on other people? Why must you be grounded? Please, no.
But you know what I do? You know what I do? Don't you remember? You understand? So
which is worse? I just like flex on you. I'd literally flex on you without having to say a damn word.
No, it is.
I would flex so hard without having to do anything for you or to say a damn word. If ngabe kuthi bengikhalela bona labo bantu ukuthi mhlambe bangibona ngena yini bangibukela phansi, and then I can see them and I've got the money to splurge on myself. I've got an extra 50,000 right. I would buy those bottles because they would be drank by me. It's not a petty action ukuthi ngilayo lo mnye umuntu ngemali ngimla ngemali yami ukuthi ngidendela mina, and because yena utoba oppressed because you've already deemed me beneath the threshold of being able to afford that champagne. So I will drink it with pride. And I know you'll be sitting there looking at yourself, asking yourself, who bought this bitch champagne?
Yes. No, there's a reason, and there's another guys. Many times even a podcast, man, maybe 2-3 years ago, and bavuma, but azange babeke dates and everything, like every year, every month, masibonana makuvela ukuthi mhlambe ucheck like I'm very yabamkhumbuza manje no. So like I was so shocked. I find them in another podcast recent. Like mangis how ngathumela yona how wena but okay singenda nini ngathi no
I was never going to do that.
No.
was never going to allow
no ngathi no.
But I'm glad you did it.
Ngathi no angisafuni.
Sometimes drawing the line is very important.
Ngathi no angisafuni. But lamanye ngane I'm burning bridges. Ngathi no, I'm not burning bridges. Don't it means uzibuzanga uyibone le ndaba kubaleka kwakhe until come to someone else and you saw the thing kubaleka kwakhe. Say that's the reason.
Well, to be quite honest, you're human. You're allowed to be hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to invalidate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because I feel like you took it personal.
I took it personal.
Yeah, you did. But in your line of work, that needs to stop.
Yeah,
You need to separate the brand from Ngosana. If there's one thing in life that I can teach you that is going to be the most important thing that you ever do in your life, is to separate you from anything that you do.
Isn't it? Yeah?
Separate yourself immensely from everything that you do. And that way, you are able to be objective with the decisions that you make. I was never going to approach them in that manner because at the end of the day, it's also my watch time. They are also bringing out their time. I'm not saying you were wrong.
Yeah.
I would never invalidate how you felt.
Yeah.
Because I'm extremely petty. I feel a lot of things. In general, I'm trying to feel. Yeah. And meaning I can stand up for myself very quickly. Like I can stand up for myself.
Yeah.
It could really turn really ugly very quickly. But because I'm growing older, I need to be subjective about the conversations and the things that I do. I can't always hold everything in from a personal level.
Yeah, you can't.
And point. You know what I mean? For instance, yesterday, so one of my clients, I also do like social media management, right?
Okay.
So one of my clients were doing a photo shoot on Sunday.
Okay.
So I was looking for the photographer. I'm looking for people to build us a website for that specific brand that I'm working with. So as I'm talking to this photographer, and then he's like, yeah, because now he's trying to tell me it's okay for this amount of money that he's charging me. He's doing me so many favors, you know. And I kind of felt bad that he had to explain himself for the bare minimum. Because what he was asking for was the bare minimum. And the conversation in my head was not, oh, Funimali, The conversation was, how bad does it have to be for you to have to justify the bare minimum? Secondly, we had a conversation while he was busy trying to explain himself and the whole reasoning behind his pricing.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, and I said to him, I understand because I work in the service industry and understand how people can deem what you do less important versus other people. Because you are videographers, photographers, people feel like you are better so they can pay you better money. You know, I can't say for them to have those beautiful memories and look good in those pictures. It's because of my work. But now that person will not pay me as good as they'll pay you. Because you can charge over 10,000 rand for a session. I can't even touch that money. Secondly, if I stay there for an extra hour, the amount of money cannot be equivalent to a full face. Where else yours can. You can set a very high amount of money for just con out. Where else I can't do these things. You know what I mean? And it basically says a lot about these industries that we are in, how we are dealing with people. For instance, economically, line sporty, how people are willing to invest in what they deem is important and what they don't, you know, what they are willing to put in. Because, for instance, an example, a content creator in Johannesburg, if I offer a videographer, ukuthi amendele video, these videos that you see, my adverts, that person's probably going to get paid 5,000 rand
just for
minimum,
just for one clip,
like for that 30 seconds video. Because this person is A, taking their time out to come to you.
Yes.
B, they are now shooting with you throughout the scheduled time that you have given them. C, they are giving quality because they obviously have to invest within their craft to come with all these things, these cameras, these equipment, to make sure that this thing looks really good. It looks editorial, right? And then they still have to go back home, grade everything, fix it, put it together, ask you, do you like it in this sequence or this sequence? And then there's a master. After they finish the master, then now they have to get into the music. Which music do you prefer? Which one is all copyrighted? Is a brand giving you this? So the thing is, this person is going to be doing half of the work for you. So paying them 5,000 rand is really not a lot of money. But the thing is, it's because I work in this industry and I understand that. But generally for me, for a person in Nelspruit to have to feel as if asking for 5,000 rand is a lot is ridiculous. Because we need to start paying people money that they are worth. Makeup artists, you guys cannot be doing people's makeup for 350, that is ridiculous. Like, where is the money going back into your pocket? Is the money going back into your bag? What are you buying these products with? Are you going into a shop and people are just giving you these things? Like, where is the logic behind you robbing yourself of what you actually deserve and the amount of work that you have? Because I stand there for at least a good hour to 1 hour, 30 minutes. I am not going to be standing, engaging, having a whole conversation while working and using my expensive product to charge you 350. You are mad. You are crazy.
People don't have money.
That's not my problem.
And that's
go to where you can, but don't take advantage of people.
And this is one of the things we need to talk about. Don't play big in a small town. I want something expensive, but I don't afford them.
Then don't.
You understand? Go to your like imali yako ifika.
Because I've had, and sometimes it's just deciding.
Yeah.
I've had situations where a person would ask me for a discount, and then you see them out and about, enjoying life, having a great time, drinking ice cream. Like, who tells you I don't want to drink that ice cream? Hey,
you don't deserve it.
That's what you're saying. And for me, I kid you not, the only things I will take personal when it comes to my business, my brand, and me, that will always be interlinked, is I don't want a person to determine my value. No one will ever come to me and say, you are worth this. And that's the reason why my business because you don't value yourself before we go any further. The value needs to be there. For you to bring out services, you have been so confident about, I can do this. Why can't you be confident about saying, maybe I also deserve an extra 20 rand?
Yeah.
Why can't you be deserving of all of that? Whereas when people are deserving, it's people around you, people or even those people that are coming to render services. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, no saying yes on it. It's
Yeah, because like I'm saying, there is product behind the work that needs to be done, behind the labor. Yeah. There is product. How are you replenishing the product if you are charging such low prices? So look, you want to garner all of everyone. Yeah. Babes, I will tell you, I will continuously say this over and over again. The pie is big enough for all of us. There's enough pieces for all of us. We just need to find a common ground where we work. There was a time when I remember I just got back to Nelspruit, and the makeup scene was not as big because around that time people were still like, oh, go wear the makeup to go to an event. It wasn't Josie logo. They had that mentality. Yeah. And at the time, the only people that were running the scene, I remember it was me, it was Nokolo, it was Annalisa, you know. And we would talk about like the prices going up or going down and all those things. And then this influx of the era of the self-taught makeup artists came in, and all these girls that were trying out makeup, of which now I will go into that space of you having to say you were not overcharging for the work that you were doing. I was like, okay, fine. I mean, for the amount of work that the experience that you guys have, it makes sense for Limalini charge out. But now you can't be still charging those prices 5 years later when the market is grown. Because what people are not realizing is that you are also contributing immensely into that market, never growing. It will never grow because it's people like you who are thinking you just want a little bit of a piece instead of understanding that there is enough pieces.
Yeah, there's enough pieces. That's true, but you don't believe in that. I don't know why.
Then maybe we need to start. Maybe the conversation needs to be about you as an individual. What are the conversations that you are having with yourself? Are you telling yourself that you're great, or are you telling yourself that, hey, is that the conversations that are constantly in your life? Is that who you are? Is that what you've identified yourself as a figure? What's it meaning versus, oh, I also deserve nice things? Because all of us deserve a piece of that pie.
Yeah, we all. We all deserve,
but the thing is, it starts with you. Don't devalue yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what industry you are in, because as long as people are still hiring you, as long as people are still in need of your services, or they still want you, you are contributing something towards something. So you having to undervalue and devalue yourself constantly is not going to make any industry any better. Nice. You are destroying it yourself. And then the next thing saying clearly, I'm not doing makeup anymore, I'm not doing anything. And then you are thinking I'm lazy. It's not that I'm lazy. The market is not working for me.
Yes, no longer.
And mind you, like I say, 370 million next. So the 350 one client lady one and the next one.
Yeah, I'm going to
because like I'm saying, my chat is okay, fine. Send 70 and because kwama sami ngiyakhona at least ukufaka iphakethe lemali ehleliwe angikhoni ngijabulisa leyo mali. Okay, fine, maybe I understand that some of these businesses are formed out of maybe you need extra cash, but the amount of money that you're going to spend for extra cash, spend an hour on doing someone's face for 350. And la lo muntu ohleli lapho kuleso stolo leso stulo nangabe ukuthi wena umsebenzi lo right uyakubona. And by total, up until the day you decide to increase your prices, they're going to stop. Because now they've already deemed as if you are worth that 350, because that's all they'll see. Like I said, nang 20 rand. That's all they will see. Sasa na so come over to complain. Because my price. But every other business and I threw a fit. I don't remember doing it because I understood that the prices were there, they were standard.
Yeah, you don't question anyone.
So before the people around you are not supporting you and all these other things, maybe what's our whether you need to be like, okay, I need to start a business. I need to be confident in my business. I need to be confident about the services that I'm in. Like I'm contributing. So I'm going to say, instead of me saying, oh, wash my tegi for 20 rand, say look at charger 100 rand. Because A, you spend time washing those sneakers. B, you have do it. I kid you not, it will change your life. Once you start having positive conversations with yourself, have a mental check with yourself every single day. You know, because so as I'm getting depression, so as I'm getting uneasy spaces where we don't feel as if we deserve or in whatever. But the important thing is not you wallowing in that pity, it's how you get out of it. That's what defines you as a strong person. That's what makes you a strong person. That doesn't matter. Song is yawa. And ungathi na ubona umuntu emgwaqeni aphila impilo lengathi ingconyana kunawe because awumboni la akhona khona. Awumathi ukuthi uhalezisa yini unenyoka umbone. You don't know that. Before you start deeming people to be better than you, ask yourself, what can I do to better my life? What can I contribute? What services can I contribute towards la elokishini la ngihlala khona? La ngakhona ke impilo yami ukuthi bengcono. A perfect example of like I look at him and I'm always just like in awe because I'm so proud of what he does. He
was. Yeah.
Mto started with Get My Part, something that he genuinely loved. You know, his dream of Get My Catering, Keep My Trip, these very successful things that he has done started from him doing something that he loved. He's always been a socialite and understanding the power behind what he had, having to be able to bring these women together, have these broad amount of friends and different people from different places come together. That was his superpower. He capitalized on it. So literally, Guzmundu Bato Sagalai, Maranam the empire.
Wendy the shame.
I'm proud of you, sis. But like you understand what I mean? You built an empire, Mogusi people and AkA just because you used to party all night and you were socialite.
What's that a white brand?
And that became a brand that has now transcended from just Wendy party to catering to deco to.
He knows something.
And he can continuously broaden his spectrum and make it even bigger.
Now this brand is equally.
And that was not based on who liked him. That was not based on who felt he was pretty enough or he wasn't pretty enough. Even his success.
Yeah, so I'm told what.
Do you understand what I mean? So even in your success, you can still be
who you are.
You know what I mean? Those are proper examples. People that I feel like we should be like putting on the spotlight, because as a person who's done all these things to some degree, he is contributing so much to as a whole.
Yeah, she is. It's insane.
You know what I mean? So like you can't constantly just be like, oh my god, I don't have these opportunities. Look at what's in front of you. Look at what hey, I have a platform now. I can capitalize. For instance, you have a business. Someone wants to advertise on your business. They can literally pay 50 rand because you do have a loyal base. Even if it's 150 people watching, it's fine.
It's better than that.
Those 150 people have seen what's meaning things like Ikwama, and they are able to see it from this platform. That's what we need to be doing.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, maybe that's how you need to be like handling your business.
Shout out to that. Shout out to you. Yeah.
Looking for constant opportunities because they're always there. Every single thing is an opportunity. You can be collaborating with people. It doesn't need to be monetary, but it is a trading system.
Yeah, it is.
Just for them to come in, do a little thing, they pay you that amount of money, even if it's 50 rand, it is something contributing towards something. So you don't have stress. You know,
yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, no, that's true. I think this is for 30 minutes. I know you are not cut, but your 30 minutes is talking about training stories. This one, I'm using Pazamis. Let's close this chapter. As it closes, but will be if they want to support your business, your bags, your makeup.
I don't know if
your nails.
Put things on the screen, but this person must put things on the screen. So Google editor because I don't understand people like put out content and not edit.
Yeah, no, you need to pamphlet work.
No. AkA pamphlet, you put the information on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Let's just do that. My information will be on the screen. I don't know if he does a description box. Okay. However, you can find me on my social media platforms as Casio_Black. On Facebook, Instagram, and I think on TikTok, I am forever Casio Black. Oh no, that's my burner account. Yeah, I'm Casio_Black also on TikTok, and currently I'm not on YouTube in this current moment, but we'll be back. So yeah, if you do follow me on any of my platforms, you will be able to see what businesses that I run, like from my makeup to the businesses that I'm starting, because I am literally putting my feet in multiple buckets in this current moment. I'm reselling bags, luxury dupe bags. I'm also going into the market of hair very soon, so watch out for that space. Like I'm talking about in a month, I'm going to launch my hair brand.
Okay.
Yeah, we're putting the multiple. We are fighting for the spread.
Please.
Yeah, we are fighting for the spread, right?
Also, this coming month before it ends, you will be here.
Possibly, you know, to come and market my business.
Why not?
And then also, I do content creation marketing for most of my people. So I manage their profiles.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I help you do all these things.
Okay.
Like I said with that client that I'm helping with photographers and things like that.
Okay.
So yeah, I help people with their content, produce content, promote their social media pages, and basically give them like a how-to on how to run their social media and make it more formidable and so that they can make money.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to me.
Shout out to you, dog. There's a lot of things doing. I know, say, I no.